I'm Joel Ma, and our company name is called Hallmark Global Asia Company Limited. South of Asia play a very critical role, trust and reliable. I like the friendliness of your team, always responsive, always listen. So I'm Joel Ma. I'm the General Manager and Executive Director of our newly established Vietnam entity, and our company name is called Hallmark Global Asia Company Limited. And we set up
super popular.
we set up this entity actually only 2 years ago. Yeah, so 2024. But it was after Source of Asia's great help a few years before that. That's how we got here. So actually we started coming to Southeast Asia a long time ago. And Vietnam was first in terms of we did not have any current suppliers back in 2000, I would say 16. Yeah, that was the 2015. And so 2015 was my first time coming to Vietnam. It was June 2015, first time came to Vietnam, and we didn't have any existing suppliers here. We have suppliers that we have been working with for many years, decades in Sri Lanka, Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam was new. And so when I first started coming in 2015, was really exploring to see, what Vietnam is like. And I remember leaving Vietnam, going back to Hong Kong, because I was based in Hong Kong then. And I was very impressed by what I saw. But there was still a gap, in terms of comparing Vietnam 2015 to China, to other Southeast Asian countries. So I came back with a supplier at the end of 2015. And then 2016, I also came back with other suppliers. So that's how I started my Vietnam journey. I would say after that 2015 first trip, I came back many times. And then 2017, 18, 19, almost like every month I was here. Because I was traveling around looking for suppliers to partner with, but also I visited so many industrial parks, trying to explore possibility if some of our China, Hong Kong suppliers, if they were willing to consider expanding their operation into Southeast Asia. And I thought that Vietnam would be a very good location for many reasons, not just for the lower labor rate. Now it's not that lower now, but for many reasons, both short-term and long-term. And then 2017, some of the suppliers I brought over, they really decided to expand. So they engaged the industrial park, VZIP, that was one of them. And then they purchased land, and then they started building the factory and started hiring people and setting up the manufacturing operation in Vietnam. So then we thought, by the way, if some of our key suppliers are coming in, that means we need to begin to think about having local presence, like our local staff. And we know by then it was still too early to decide to open up a company here, because we used to have an office in Thailand, Bangkok, we have office in Indonesia, we have office in Sri Lanka. So we're used to having offices in Southeast Asia. And we also know the cost and decision-making process before you enter into a country, because it's not easy to come in. I mean, because when you exit, it's also harder too. So immediately we were exploring, if we want to put 1 or 2 staff here, what's the best way, and do it right, do it legally, all that. And we have one of our subsidiary, Crayola. Crayola is our kid company, we call them. And so they have been here working with Source of Asia for a few years already. I think before Source of Asia, it was another agent that they worked with. And then as we were thinking about, if we want to find a partner who can help us to enter to the Vietnam market, what's the best way? And that's when I met with Terry and Ben initially. So they walk us through with me and with my leadership team about what that model would look like and what's the cost involved, and also what kind of services Source of Asia would provide. And we were very happy to get to meet, Terry and Ben, and also get to know Source of Asia. I thought it was a perfect match, really, for what we know or what we don't know, and then what Source of Asia could provide. It was a very good fit. And Crayola already started that journey, so we know it's very safe and very professional. So that's how we started. I still remember the first contract agreement we signed, between me and I think Ben and Terry, back then. And it was a great partnership. Yeah, but we also make it clear that, at the right time, Hallmark would probably want to decide whether we should have our own legal entity set up here. So that's how the journey evolved. I think our first agreement signed with Source of Asia as providing the incubation service for us is probably 2018, if I'm not mistaken, either 18 or 19. And then finally came about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, we know we need to expand our staff, the number of staff. So at first we have Source of Asia hire 4 people in the South. I still remember we shared a small office in Taoyuan. There's a villa building. That's where it used to be Source of Asia's old office. Right. So we were in one of the rooms. I think that room used to be occupied by Terry. It's the MD's office. And then we have 4 people in there. And then we know that we also hire 3 people in the North office, in the North team. We have a North team, in Haiyang. So then pretty quick, we know, that won't be enough. So we need to think about what to do. And then Source of Asia back then also deciding to move to your current office, gallery, right? So they asked us, and we were like, we'll move with you. But by the way, we probably need more space. We're gonna hire more people. So that's how we got from a tiny Terry's old office to the 50 square meter office, because we need to add more people. And then so we did that. We added a few more people, but then we were thinking through, if we're going to open an official office, legal entity in Southeast Asia, which country is the right choice? So we did a project. We have external consultant helping us, and finally we sort out all the information and comparison. We look at Singapore, we look at Vietnam, we look at other places, and then we all agree finally Vietnam's the place. And not just Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh is the place. So that's how we have a local law firm, VLove, help us to work on that process, setting up a legal entity. So then February 2024, we officially were registered and licensed to open the legal entity. And then September 2024, that's when we open our new office here at the Hallmark building. And so then our staff move in from Source of Asia's office in July to this new office here. And then we have our official opening for the new office September 2024. Actually, as of this week, I think in the South office, we have 76. I think in the North, we have 8. And imagine early 2024, we only had 12 to 16. So we have grown significantly. And it's because in the beginning, early days, I think Source of Asia helped us a lot about understanding the proper way of recruiting, and also a lot of the cultural understanding of the Vietnam market, because definitely each country offer varieties, very diverse talents. but we have to learn to understand and respect the local culture, right? The staff. Otherwise, you can pay them to come, but then they will leave also because of other people offer higher pay. Yeah, so that's why it's very important that we try to recruit the right people with the right mindset, but also the culture we are creating at our company organizationally. We want to make sure people really feel being heard. They can suggest anything, and we work together, we collaborate with respect. That's the key thing we're trying to establish here. Yeah. So we've been here not quite 2 years, but it's coming up. But we continue to expand. And I would say because of our working relationship with Source of Asia, we continue to come back to Source of Asia for other assistance. Like even 2 weeks ago, I have Hoon, please come help share at our supplier summit with the suppliers, what talent is missing or the gap, right, in today's world. And you guys are expert in that, in checking out, because through your clients, then you know what kind of skill set is needed nowadays. Yeah. So I would say that continue, even though we're not using Source of Asia for incubation, but actually we still come to Source of Asia for recruitment. Some of the special talents, you guys have the network and also have the expertise, like engineering or creative. We still come to you guys, hey, help us. Or sometimes some of the information about the market, labor market, whatever, we still come to you guys, ask for help. And you guys are still continuing to provide a great service to Crayola, our subsidiary. So I think Hallmark and Source of Asia will be linked for a long, long time. Yeah.
Sounds great.
So I think Source of Asia play a very critical role, because when we first came here, we didn't know anyone, especially in the recruitment field. You need expert, but also professional. There could be a lot of headhunters out there, but someone you can trust and reliable services, right? So that's very important. I think personally, I like the friendliness of your team, and also whenever you guys promise to do something, you guys follow through. So I think from our team, because our team also work with your team, they see the same thing. And every time when we have requests or we have an issue, we brought up, try to work with the Source of Asia team, always responsive, always listen, and then trying to find the information and then explain to us. Certain things can be done and certain things cannot be done. Here's why. So help us understand. And I see this really great partnership, example of collaboration between two companies. Because I think that I see Source of Asia, your growing path also, like going into different countries, representative for different kind of clients. I see you guys are on a great path. And from a small company initially to nowadays is amazing, and you guys are in the right spot. I know several years ago people looking for a partner to come into Vietnam, right? But I think people are still needing someone trustworthy, reliable, like you guys, to continue how to stay alert on the horizon, especially with Vietnam. The government's trying to reform, to transform the economy, and also a lot of the new laws, new regulations, but for good reason. Then you guys could be in a spot to provide guidance, consultation. So think about along that line too, because I think there will be a lot more legal type of changes coming, and how to benefit the clients, whether they can stay ahead, so that won't be like wasting a lot of resource on the wrong path. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to partner with you guys, and hopefully we'll continue that journey together and be collaborators and partners. And I really appreciate Terry and Ben before, and Hoon and Zachary, and you guys always there when we have needs and requests for support. So thank you so much.